Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your neighborhood Unitarian Universalist congregation. My name's Susanne Maziarz. I'm the music director here, and I have many announcements for our ever-active congregation. First announcement is choir meets on Monday nights from 7 to 9. If you're interested in joining our non-audition choir, talk to me after service. We have Hatha Yoga happening here on Wednesday evenings from 7:30 to 9. You need to bring your own yoga mat. And you can speak with Christina. She's not here today. She is. Oh, she's outside. You met her on your way in. The silent auction is now live. Check the site between now and the final bidding date of November 11th to place your bids. Tell your friends. Let's raise funds for our congregation. The Toronto East End Climate Collective meets in person here on the first Thursday, which will be this week on Thursday of each month at 7, and online all other Thursdays. You can speak to Janet for more info. Janet is not here today. Okay. Psychiatry small group. Are you concerned about wildfire smoke, record heat levels, war breaking out in many parts of the world? Join guest facilitator Dr. Nate Chirac and Neighborhood's Tony Rappaport in a small group that will empower you to engage in meaningful action to address the challenges of our time while preventing burnout when taking action. This is based on the work that reconnects. It'll be roughly every second Tuesday from 7 to 9 from November to February. To sign up for an initial meeting with Nate on either November 7th or 14th to discuss the group and set your intentions, we'll send that link in an email. There will be a sign-up sheet on the desk outside. Neighborhood Gallery presents Between the Worlds by artist Geraldine Mannion and Roots and Wings with photography by Michael Moon. Opening today. Lauren is hanging artwork today. Thank you so much. Taking down the old show, putting up the new show, with a reception next Sunday after service from 12 to 1. All are welcome, and thank you, Lauren, again, for making our space colorful, creative, and joyful. Out of the Cold is starting up. That's led by East End United. Every Friday, starting this week, we provide a hot, nutritious dinner, access to a clothing room and toiletries. Starting November 18th, there will also be a hot breakfast in the morning and takeaway lunch. Our C committee has been asked to help Out of the Cold by providing desserts once a month. Please speak with Nancy if you can get involved in this way. A link to the sign-up page for other ways to help and volunteer will be sent with Monday announcements. And Nancy is here. You can talk to her after service. Charity drive is ending on Tuesday, so consider buying a plaque, a plate to be put on the back of one of our chairs dedicated to a person or thing of your choice. It costs $100. You get a tax receipt. And to find out more, talk to Lauren. Thank you, Lauren. Performing amidst his beautiful photography show, Roots and Wings, Michael Moon will hold a sacred evening of healing sounds and ceremonial songs to ground into self and soar into spirit. That's the evening of Saturday, November 25th, starting at 8 p.m. here in our sanctuary. Friday, November 10th, 7 o'clock in Rafos Hall, in our month of Roots and Wings, learning about UU's past, present, and future. Take a trip through local UU history, courtesy of Don Height's music director and member Sheila White. Sheila will talk about her new book, The Letters, Postmark Prejudice in Black and White, documenting her parents' interracial love story. She will also share photos and memories of their trailblazing contributions to building Unitarian Universalism in Toronto. You can talk to Moira if you have any questions. Monthly Jewish folk dancing. Join members of the Danforth Jewish Circle and others with the Danforth Multi-Faith Commons. No dance experience is necessary. Expand your dance repertoire, meet new people, explore one of the fun facets of Jewish culture. That's happening today here in, I'm not sure if it's here in the sanctuary or downstairs. at 4:15, and then on Sunday, November 19th, Sunday, December 17th. This afternoon, there will be a multi-faith vigil organized by Neighborhood and our partners through the East Toronto Multi-Faith Community. Come together to grieve as people from our different faith communities, with people, as people from our different faith communities. This will be apolitical, with Jewish, Muslim, Christian, and Unitarian leaders offering us prayer and words of comfort during this shared time of tragedy. That's at 3 p.m. this afternoon at Withrow Park, just outside the clubhouse. Talk to Laura. I saw Laura, if you have questions about the vigil today. Question to the community. We will be directing this question to you later in the service, so have a think about it. Have you ever had a sense of receiving a message from across the veil? And next Sunday, we are starting our monthly theme of roots and wings. Our topic is revolutionary play. Our speaker is Camellia Jehan-Shahi, music by our own spirit band, and Moira McDonald is back as a service weaver. Thank you.
Good morning, beautiful spirits. Spirits here in the sanctuary, on Zoom, and all around us. My name is Debb Bertazzon, and it's a pleasure to be your service weaver this morning. And what a magical service to weave. You know, there's so many distressing, actually tormenting events going on in the earthly realm right now, adding to our own personal tensions that we're experiencing. So let's start our service by grounding ourselves. My request is that you stand either in body or spirit, and so that we can move that distracting energy from our bodies. So let's start by stomping, shaking, opening your chest and your vagal nerve. And let's take a deep sounding breath together. Thank you. And as we ground, let's connect with the hearts, minds, spirits of those present, both in the sanctuary and on Zoom. Let's connect with that loving energy that mingles together and be present to what will be. Thank you very much. Now that we've grounded, let's create an enter sacred space. And to assist us in bringing us to that threshold moment, I invite you to first join me in reciting Neighborhood's invocation. Let us cast a circle. And now let's continue our circle casting by playing some music that comes right from our cores.
Thanks. And for folks, there is a pile of percussion instruments and drums just in front of the sound desk. That's for anyone. If you want to grab one, they're for you. And I just ask, if you're playing a drum with a skin on it, that you take your rings off, please, so we don't put holes in the skins, and these drums can be here for many, many more services to come. Okay. We are a circle within a circle with no beginning and never end.
Here we are. Today and always, let us not forget that our congregational building and many of the homes of the folks that are Zooming in from, is that right grammatically? Yeah, I think so, are on the traditional land and territories of the Wendat, the Anishinaabe, the Mississaugas, and the Haudenosaunee nations. I offer my gratitude to all of our First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people for their teachings about Mother Earth, relations, respect for our ancestors, and community. Welcome to our Neighborhood Unitarian Universalist Congregation's yearly Samhain service. Thank you for joining us. Now, putting any service together and seeing it through is no small feat. And I'm always filled with gratitude and awe when undertakings such as today's ritual come to fruition. And it takes a team. Our interim minister, who I see is with us today, is the Reverend Pat Trudeau. Our musical director is the beautifully brilliant Susanne Maziarz, who will be facilitating our chanting, drumming, and circle dancing. Oops, sorry, just lost my place. Our wonderfully enthusiastic director of Lifespan Learning is Julia Thompson. Now, she's off today, a well-deserved day off, because this is a service for all ages. Young people are welcome to join anytime in doing some mask making in the cappuccino room, and Allison and Jessica are going to support them. And you can come in and out of the sanctuary if you like to do what the older people are doing. I'm not sure, do we have it? We'll see if we have enough. We have 11. So the young at heart, if there are some left over, go ahead, move yourself around. We have Gordon Thorne and Jojo Strakowski working their magic, attending to Zoom and AV needs. Our friendly greeters are Helen Armstrong and Christina Keel, who you have already probably greeted you. Our coffee time needs will be cared for by Linda Robertson and Alison Kabayame. And last, but certainly not least, our very own pagan Wiccan guiding light as we prepare to enter this time of darkness, Kendrew Pape, will be speaking and navigating us through today's ritual. Ritual, get it? Ritual, yeah. I didn't plan that, but that's pretty funny. A big thanks to the entire team. We're open to many beliefs and learn from many traditions here at Neighborhood. We welcome all people who are seeking a spiritual community. If you're visiting us for the first or the second time, we encourage you to stay off after service for coffee time. Now, I know that can sound quite scary for some folks. So, to help calm your nervous systems, I describe us all as a friendly, gently spirited, open-hearted bunch who only bite the snacks. If you're visiting us on Zoom, a similar invite to join in the breakout rooms. Like snowflakes, each of our services are beautiful and unique. We encourage you to sample several to get a better feel of who we are. Some elements are consistent, though. For example, number 1, our mission here at Neighborhood is to empower spiritual growth and shared action for the care of the world. Number 2, Unitarian Universalists have 8 principles. And if you're not familiar with them, there's a big sign as you're coming up the stairs if you're coming in that way. But there are also little bookmarks and things that have them on the table as you come in through the door over there. And number 3, we really like organizing by themes. This year, our theme is aspirations. And since our water communion and rock covenant ritual that we held in September, we've been reading some of the congregants' covenants from the covenant chest, the rock covenant chest. And here's one for today. No, it's coming. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, it's coming. This is throwing me off today because we're doing so much that's out of order. Hang on a second, Jojo, I think you... Oh, we did. Thank you. Okay, so the chalice lighting. Yeah, I totally kept. First of all, may this blessed gathering be open to the thinning of the veil and the messages that may cross it. So, every earth-centered ritual begins with the lighting of a source flame. Today, our chalice will be lit, and that source flame is going to be lit by John Whitehead. In pagan tradition, the light source is always, the source flame is always lit by one of our respected elders. I also missed the prelude. How about that? So, our prelude is spiraling into the center.
Spiraling into the center. Can we wait for the drums just for a sec so I can teach the tune? Because I'm going to start it a little bit slower and then get it going. Spiraling into the center of the web. Let's try that together. Spiraling into the center of the web. And then the second half. We are the weavers, we are the woven ones, we are the dreamers, we are the dream. We are the weavers, we are the woven ones, we are the dreamers, we are the dream. We are the weavers, we are the woven ones, we are the dreamers, we are the dream. Spiraling into the center of the web. Spiraling into the center of the web. We are the weavers, we are the woven ones, we are the dreamers, we are the dream. We are the weavers, we are the woven ones, we are the dreamers. We are the dream.
And thank you, circle dancers. So as I was saying, we have this covenant chest. And one person's covenant is as follows. I will practice calm as best as I can and help co-regulate others when they are in distress. Our bi-monthly theme for September and October has been one of our 5 aspirations, being deeply connected. Narrowing that further, in October we've been looking at widening the circle. And today, as mentioned already, we widen our circle to include ancestors from the spirit realm as we prepare ourselves for Samhain. Samhain is an ancient Celtic pagan tradition which is celebrated the evening of Tuesday, October 31st into Wednesday, November 1st. And it marks the transition from the light half of the year to the dark half, beckoning us to embrace the changing seasons and honor our connection with the spirit realm. It's believed to be a liminal period when the veil between the world of the living and the worlds of the spirit are at its thinnest, thin as a mist, allowing for divination, opening the gateway for messages, guidance, and communication with ancestors and our beloved dead. Author, activist, and prominent voice in modern earth-based spirituality and ecofeminism, Starhawk, reminds us, witches know that death is not an ending. Love and community extend beyond the veil, and the ancestors have help and protection to offer us. But they need to be asked. They want to be asked. I also found this image on Starhawk's website. You can see the spider and the web there. She also says, ancestors, beloved dead, we call for your guidance. We need your help to support the life of Earth, to stand against hate, to inspire us to take back our power. Samhain blessings to all. Samhain gives us opportunities to widen our circle to include our beloved dead. It's an auspicious time of listening to them and to ourselves. Kendrew will tell us more about how our internal veils can also be lifted. As we go into darkness, we may find we are haunted by various types of ghosts, including regrets, people, and messages from our own psyche. And now, as we conclude 2 months of exploring the theme of being deeply connected and a month of contemplating how we can widen the circle, let's bring ourselves wholeheartedly to the ritual of greeting our neighbors. After you've greeted a few neighbors, turn to the camera and greet folks on Zoom as well.
I'm well. It's a bit of snow here where I am, and winds. It's a wintry day.
Is the sun out?
No sun. But I learned to drive an ATV yesterday, something I thought I'd never do.
Good for you.
Hi, Gordon. I thought that ATVs were bad for the planet, but I think in a place where there's not many cars and not many roads, they're probably less of a carbon footprint than a big truck.
And drive safely.
Yes, exactly.
Hello, Albert.
No.
You'll go to the yellow candle.
Okay.
You're going to light the candles next. We'll be greeting and welcoming the directions and the elements to join our circle now. And we begin with the yellow candle, which is in the east, From the east comes the air and our dreams. Greetings, East. Welcome to this circle. Blessed be. Moving to the red candle, which is in the south. From the south comes the fire and comes action. Greetings, South. Welcome to this circle. Blessed be. And we turn to the west with a blue candle signifying water and emotion. Greetings to the west. Welcome to this circle. Blessed be. And then from the north, with our brown candle, we welcome the earth and we welcome insight. Greetings, north. Welcome to this circle. Blessed be. Now, as we look inward, we will light a brown candle, a black candle, my mistake, a black candle to greet the green man, the god of nature, and welcome those masculine energies to our circle today. Blessed be. And we light a final candle to greet the great goddess, Mother Gaia, and welcome her to our circle as well. Blessed be. Please be seated.
For our next song, again, I'd like to teach it first before we get the drumming going. And I invite you for this song to find a softer sound on your drums or on your instruments, because this is a bit of a gentler song. So, Samhain, Samhain, let the ritual begin. Can we start that? Samhain, Samhain, let the ritual begin. Second phrase goes, we call upon our sacred ancestors to come in. We call upon our sacred ancestors to come in. Samhain, Samhain, we call upon our kin. We call upon our dear departed loved ones to come in. The veil between the worlds is thin. Our hearts reach across the sea of time to bring our loved ones in. Samhain, Samhain, we honor all our kin. We honor those who've gone before as the great wheel turns again. Samhain, Samhain, let the ritual begin. We call upon our sacred ancestors to come in. Samhain, Samhain, we call upon our kin. We call upon our dear departed loved ones to come in. The veil between the worlds is thin. Our hearts reach across the sea of time to bring our loved ones in. Samhain, Samhain, we honor all our kin. We honor those who've gone before as the great wheel turns again. Deb.
And so here we are again at Blessed Samhain. The wheel of the year has turned. It's turned to a position now here in the Northern Hemisphere where light is fading, where dark lingers long at the edges of our days, and the cold frosts our very breath. In pagan and in Wiccan traditions, Samhain is the final harvest on the wheel of the year. It falls at a midpoint between Mabon, the balance time of the vernal equinox on September 21st, and the rebirth of light at Yule, which occurs at the winter solstice in late December. Each of these high holidays are hallmarked by natural rhythms that we all seem to be drawn to. At the equinox, that collective experience might be one of seeking a balance between things. And at Yule, we are drawn to new beginnings as the old year draws to a close. And as Debb mentioned earlier, it is at this time of Blessed Samhain that we all experience a thinning of the veil. Now, this veil that I'm talking about, this usually refers to a metaphysical barrier that exists between the worlds of the living and the dead, our physical world and a spiritual other world. When the veil thins like this, spirits are able to pass easily between these realms. And this is why we do things like light candles and jack-o'-lanterns and leave offerings for spirits and for our ancestors during this time. This thinning of the veil is literally all around us. It's not just in our stories or in our imagination. We can see with our own eyes how thin that veil between life and death really is right now. It's so thin that we can practically see through it. What was it you said, Deb, that says? Like a mist. Like a mist, as thin as a mist. We see this thinning of the veil in nature, in the parks, in the falling leaves that are accumulating in our yards, the skeletal tree branches that are clawing progressively against a gloomy sky. Now, we know that those trees, we know that they're just going to sleep. We know that they will reawaken with vigorous green life as the wheel turns. And right now, they look like they're dead. We see the thinning veil in the streets of our city, in our neighborhoods, in each and every house that has been transformed for the season. Now, just months ago, I would marvel at the beauty of the gardens. And today, it's mock graveyards where the flowers once grew. It's dime store goblins and ghosts that are painted in swirling lights on a veranda. The thinning of the veil is even recognized and merchandised by the corporate world. Now, we make it fun. We make it lighthearted. We give out candy. We wear costumes. We maybe even watch a horror movie, just for that feeling of being scared that you get inside. And maybe all of those are just distractions, because what this is really all about is death. Samhain is a celebration of the bounty of life and how deeply entwined it is with death. For Samhain is the final harvest. And for each one of us, Our final harvest of our own lives occurs on the day that we die. We personify death. We see it in our popular culture as a hooded figure who carries a scythe. And that scythe is an ancient agricultural hand tool that we would use to harvest our crops. The harvest is one of humanity's greatest and most foundational dialectics. The harvest is life, and the harvest is death. I take my dog to a park every day, and the one that we visit most often, Monarch Park, has some wonderful, majestic, big old oak trees in it. I've been walking in that park for many years, and this fall, the acorns are abundant. They're everywhere. I've never seen so many myself. They blanket the ground. On the hillsides, I've nearly lost my footing as those acorns have rolled and skittered under my feet. It's a bountiful year for acorns, a bumper crop. And I got to tell you, the squirrels, they love it. They love it. They almost seem punch drunk at the glorious feast that is being laid at their feet. They are so enraptured by gathering from the cornucopia that they barely notice anything else to their detriment. I've watched them for days. I've marveled at their numbers. And then, just earlier this week, I could see through the veil. There were dead squirrels. Cold, wet, still bodies in the grass, beside the path, under the trees, under the picnic table. They were everywhere. It was, I counted half a dozen in just a few minutes. And they hadn't been poisoned by bad acorns. They hadn't been hunted and eaten by coyote or by fox or by hawk. You see, it's an off-leash dog park. And the squirrels were killed by the well-fed neighborhood pets that run and play there every single day. It's a horror story. And I noticed just how quickly I labeled it as such. I observed how I felt hypercritical inside myself. I was hypercritical, thinking about the mean dogs, or the irresponsible pet owners, or the stupid squirrels, or the selfish trees. I mean, what are they thinking, dropping all these acorns on the ground? I had all of these thoughts. And then I had a thought of the truth, which is that there is no judgment. There's none at all. It's not the dog's fault. It's not the squirrel's fault. It's not the tree's fault. The trees don't care. It's no one's fault. It's just ageless, timeless death. Life and death. And it's separated by a veil which is woven by human consciousness. And it's rendered permeable at this time of the year by our very own awareness and our very own intention. And so with that awareness, we welcome the dead to our circle today. And with our intention, we culminate a month-long widening of our weekly circle to now include our ghosts. And we all have ghosts that we've brought here today. Our ghosts, our dearly departed, our blessed dead, our beloved ancestors. They've all got messages for us. We widen the circle to include them and to honor them and to remember them and to open ourselves to their wisdom. I carry my mother's ghost. It was her birthday just 2 weeks ago. She would have turned 87 years old. Her name was Shirley. I honored her memory by making a pot of her favorite leek and potato soup. I remember when she taught me the recipe. She showed me how to cut the leeks open lengthwise to open them up for cleaning. You see, the dirt hides between the layers. And so there I was at the kitchen sink, and I was running the water over the halved leeks. And it occurred to me that this time, even though I've made this recipe dozens of times before over many decades, this time, I realized that there's a deeper wisdom in my mother's teaching, something that I hadn't noticed before. The dirt, it hides between the layers. Now, what if we're all like leeks? What if there's a time to clean out the dirt that has accumulated inside, between the layers? So there I was, with the water rushing and the sink filling up and a half a leek in my hand, and I suddenly realized that this felt like a message. It really did. What if life and death is not the only veil that grows thin during this dark half of the year? What if each one of us has our own veil inside that separates our conscious mind from those hidden parts of ourselves, the shadow, the inner child, the higher self? Perhaps, like the souls of the dead, those hard-to-reach parts of ourselves become more accessible during this time, when I find myself feeling wounded by someone else's words, or being hypercritical of a situation. I can often look inwards and find that my shadow self is driving those thoughts and those emotions. Journeying through these dark realms, whether it's a spiritual other world or our own inner darkness, that's the scary stuff. I'm still haunted by the ghosts of old storylines, the old traumas, old regrets, words that I wish could be unspoken, dreams that I wish I could stop replaying. And maybe now is the time for confronting those ghosts. They may have important messages to share. Shining a light on the shadow in our spirit can be so painful. And then I remember my mom teaching me to slice that leek wide open because the dirt hides between the layers. So how do we do it? How do we do this? How do we communicate through this tenuous veil that separates life and death, that separates conscious and unconscious, real things from dream things? Well, it's easier than you might think. You all know how to do this already. You begin in mindfulness with some deep breathing, and then you light a candle. One of the simplest ways to interact with the thinning veil is to light a candle with intention. A candle can both attract spirits and it can reveal shadows. Speak to your ghosts. Saying the names of the dearly departed that you want to honor can draw them closer to you. It's good to call people in by using their names. And you can also ask a question. An answer can come to you in surprising ways. An emotion, a thought, a memory. And then third, try some divination. The spirit world and the shadow world are both accessible to us right now through our own subconscious. It's not supernatural, it's regular natural. We only perceive these things as paranormal because our modern world has been disconnected from natural normal for so long, so very, very long. Try some divination. Allow the randomness of the universe to seed your imagination, and let fortune guide the very next step that you take on your divine path. Now, you can do all of these things, or you can do just one, however you feel most comfortable. You can do these things anytime in the next few days, because the thinning of the veil is more like a tide that ebbs in and flows out. It's not like a switch on and off. The full moon, the hunter's moon, has just set within the last 4 or 5 hours, I believe. And you know, we'll all be celebrating Samhain, or something very similar, on Tuesday. So the time is right all week. But you can also try this right now, because we're all about to do this together. And following a meditation that Debb will provide, you are all invited to approach the chalice, light a candle, name someone that you've lost and that you welcome to this circle today. And if you're so moved, even ask a question. We will be pausing the video recording to preserve the intimacy of this ritual in this community. And while you're up here, after the meditation, you are also encouraged to draw a soul card from the deck which will be offered by Peter, who is taking the role of our fortune teller today. You will take your soul card with you when you return to your seat so that you may take some time to contemplate its meaning. We're all meaning makers, and this is an opportunity to really connect with the deeper meanings that are being messaged to you across the veil. When it comes time to collect the offering, you will have a chance to deposit your soul card into the offering basket so that they can all come back to us at the end of the service. Today, our congregants on Zoom will be invited to light the first candles. And for folks who are attending on Zoom, you will also be able to draw your own soul card by clicking one of 8 different randomized links that will be posted in the chat. Now, what message will you receive? Well, first of all, have some patience. If you're not already sensitive to the thinning veil, this might not happen right away. For some of us, it could be immediate. For some of us, we might have a clear and vivid dream later tonight or tomorrow night. Others might experience a persistent thought that just keeps coming back during a meditation at some point coming up. Your soul card might provide you some direction. Sometimes a message can take the form of patterns that you start to notice around you. There might be a unique image or a sound or a particular animal that you start experiencing over and over again. Maybe you'll find your message outside in nature, where great magic still resides in the potential of even a single seed rolling under your foot. Now, one of my favorite you use is Ralph Waldo Emerson, and he wrote almost 200 years ago that the creation of 1,000 forests is in one acorn. Blessed be.
Thank you, Kendrew. Blessed be. And now we're going to move into a meditation. So find a position where you can sit comfortably, close your eyes if you like, and take a few deep, easy breaths, allowing yourself to enter a calm and receptive state of the energies of Samhain. Now bring your attention to your mind's eye. You're walking in a forest as the sun is slowly setting. You can feel a cool breeze as it gently strokes your skin, the same wind that had tickled the red, the yellow, and the orange leaves earlier, assisting them to drop from the branches that they had gripped all summer long. You hear them crunch beneath your feet. You come to a bridge. Though the mist you see, through the mist that you see, you can see on the other side the bridge is lit. Someone is approaching you from the other side. You're not afraid. You have a sense of familiarity, safety, and love. You know them. You know that they carry and want to share their wisdom. They have a message for you. Who is it? What do you want to ask them? And when you're ready, gently come back to the room so that we can begin our Samhain ritual.
The song's called Fortune Teller. And you're all welcome to join in with your drums. Just follow the beat that Debb is going to lay down. Went to the fortune teller to have my fortune read. I didn't know what to tell her. I had a dizzy feeling in my head. Took a look at my palm. She said, son, you feel kind of warm. She looked into her crystal ball. She said, you're in love. Though I thought of all the girls I know. She said when the next one arrives, you'll be looking into her eyes. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Left there in a hurry, looking forward to my big surprise. The next day I discovered that the fortune teller told me a lie. I hurried back down to that woman, as mad as I could be. I said I didn't see nobody. Why had she made a fool out of me? And then something struck me, as if it came from my papa. While looking at the fortune teller, I fell in love. 'cause I'm married to the fortune teller. We're as happy as we can be, and now I get my fortune told for free.
Made me smile. Anybody else? So the message given to me from the other side was to tell you that this congregation is in need of financial support. I was to ask members and friends of neighborhood to help keep this magic going. Not just through the much appreciated volunteer efforts, but also by giving of yourselves financially. So here I am, asking for that much needed help. And thank you in advance for your continued generosity. The greeters will now pass the baskets for those of you who give contributions in that way. However, just a reminder to please place the soul card in the basket, so it will touch everyone. For Zoomers, you can see the donation link, and I think we have a video as the baskets are moving around.
Samhain, let the ritual begin. We call upon our sacred ancestors to come in. Samhain, Samhain, we call upon our kin. We call upon our dear departed loved ones to come in.
Samhain, Samhain, we honor all our kin. We honor those who've gone before as the great wheel turns again. Samhain, Samhain, we call upon our kin. We call The veil between the worlds is thin. Our hearts reach across the sea of time to bring our loved ones in. Samhain, Samhain, we honor all our kin. We honor those who've gone before as the great wheel turns again. Samhain, Samhain, we call upon our kin. We call upon our sacred ancestors to come in. Samhain, Samhain, we call them to come in. We call upon our dear departed loved ones to come in. Between the worlds is thin. Our hearts reach across the sea of time to bring our loved ones in. Samhain, Samhain, we honor all our kin. We honor those who've gone before as the great wheel turns again.
If you have found love and acceptance here, if you have found home here, if you have known kindred spirits here, let this offering be a token of your gratitude for our common life as we build the common good.
And we are now releasing the directions and the elements that have joined us in this circle for our Samhain ritual. And we will begin with the goddess candle. And thank you, Mother Goddess, for being here with us today. Blessed be. And the candle for the green man, thank you to the God of nature for joining us in this circle. Blessed be. The directions, beginning with the north. Thank you, North, for your foundational lessons of insight. Hail and farewell, blessed be. We turn to the west now, and thank you, West, for the energies of the emotions and for movement and for sacred knowledge. Hail and farewell, blessed be. And thank you to the south. Thank you for your spark of creative intelligence. Hail and farewell, blessed be. And then finally, the east. Thank you for holding our dreams, our hopes, and our wishes. Hail and farewell, blessed be.
Create one big circle. Could folks in the second rows come join us and make a big circle with us? Thank you so much. You could come out in front of the drums. Excellent. May the circle be open but unbroken. May the love of the goddess be ever in your heart. Merry meet and merry part, and merry meet again. May the circle be open but unbroken. May the love of the goddess be ever in your heart. Merry meet and merry part. The circle is open but unbroken. May the love of the goddess go ever in your heart. Merry meet and merry part, and merry meet again.
Well, stay put, folks. I'd like to invite you to join in singing as John extinguishes our source flame in the chalice. Well, as is our tradition here at Neighborhood, while I give the final blessing, let's connect as you are doing, whatever feels comfortable and consensual. And if you have a free hand like I do, you can do hand on heart. And after the closing words, feel free to address our Zoomers with a sign of namaste, which means I salute the spirit within you. As you leave here today, having honored the cycle of life and death, and having prepared to move forward as the wheel of the year turns and darkness falls, and as you embrace the harvested messages, wisdom, and guidance from all of those who have gone before you to the unseen realms, may you experience personal growth, transformation, and rebirth. This rite has
Finished!
blessed be. Breakout rooms will begin shortly.